Zevi, come around now. Come over here. Come sit next to you on my left. Okay, we're live, everybody. We are now live. I think we're going to be live in 5 seconds on Facebook, 2 seconds. So I don't know how to tune in to watch that. How do we go live on Facebook? We are live on YouTube, friends. If anybody's there, please post. Are you in the video, Rachel Kinlach? Are you in the video? Good, okay. How do I post? Oh, shoot. How do I make this live? Tune in to watch live. No, so how do I go live?
Turn on go live.
1 second, I'm going to work out how to do it. Hi, Stacy. How are you? I'm trying to work out how to go live on Facebook. We're trying something else. Okay, 1 second. We're trying to work out the Facebook side of things here. Okay, almost ready, guys. Rivka, no. Guys, you ready for a nice story before Yantif? Okay, it's ready? Good. Shaya Wawa, okay.
Facebook.
I know, no, it's not live. It's live on YouTube. On YouTube. No, it's not yet live. I didn't make it live yet. I'm trying to work out how to go live here. There's some function on Facebook. We'll be starting in a moment. Hi, Ashley, do you know how to go live on Facebook? How to set it live? Do you know how to do it? How to make the live go over here? Ashley's watching too, then, kids. Just don't know how to make it live here from Facebook. Save video, delete, no. Oh, I don't know what I did. It's interesting. No, it's not that. Ashley says, go on the Facebook page, scroll down and click on the video and go live. Ashley, I'm doing that. I'm clicking on the video, but it doesn't do anything. It doesn't do that. It's not clickable. It just lets me get a reminder. But it doesn't let me actually, it doesn't let me, hi Andrew. Andrew and Stacy are watching. Ashley, I just don't know how to do it, so I'm just gonna make another live one. I just don't know how to do that. Okay, guys, you ready?
Do another live on YouTube.
We already live on YouTube. We're gonna do another one on Facebook. Ready?
Are you going live right now?
Okay, let me start. 1 second.
I want to be in the
Story and candle.
So what's the story?
For Yom Tov.
Oh gosh.
What?
before.
Oh, thank you, Shana.
Take all the glasses off.
Okay. So actually, we're going to work out how to fix that thing. I don't know how to do it. Anyways, we are live and about to go live on Facebook as well. Everybody ready? Everybody ready for Facebook? Okay. Hold on. Okay. And I think we're live. Good. Mazel tov. We are live. Good. Wonderful. Okay, kids, come. Zorla, come here. Zorla. Come here. Come, Kalach. I'm going to tell you a story before we start. So first of all, I'd like to welcome Stacy and Andrew. Let me see who else is there. Hold on. Let me see if I can work this out over here. Okay, so I see Stacy and Andrew and a couple other people. Okay, we're good. Wonderful. So, Kenlach, we're going to start off with a story here today, okay? And today we're starting the holiday of Shvi Shel Pesach. It's the last days of Pesach. It's going to be a 48-hour Yom Tov. We can't eat chametz until when? Until when can't we eat chametz? Until Thursday night. No leavened bread, no fermented products, no bread, no yeast until Thursday night. So let's work out what's going on. I want to tell you a nice story, a very special story about this holiday. This story happened to a great tzaddik. His name was Reb Hershel Churchkover. You ever heard of Churchkover? Churchkover, it's a little city, a little town in Galicia. You know Mickey from the show? Mickey's great-grandparents were from Galicia. So what happened was that Reb Hershel Churchkover was a great big tzaddik, a very holy man, a rabbi in this town of Churchkov. And he was in charge of a lot of things in the synagogue, in the community. Oops. He was in charge of a lot of things in the community, right? And one of the things that he used to do, he used to give a lot of charity away. So, that's okay, Khali. One of the things he used to do was he used to give a lot of charity away, a lot of tzedakah, right? But when he realized that he had so much work to do to give the tzedakah away, he decided to hire another helper, like a person to help him. And this guy's name was Anshul Moshe. His name was Anshul Moshe, and he was a very poor guy. And his job was to help to make sure that they would give out the charity to all the right people. Now, one day it comes Erev Pesach, just before Pesach. What do you do before Pesach? The night before Pesach,
We have to burn the chametz.
well, no, we burn the chametz before the morning before the Seder. But what do you do the night before? You have to search for the chametz. You have to look in all the drawers and all the cupboards and under all the tables. He searched his table, his desk, and guess what he found? Or guess what he didn't find?
The money.
He noticed when he was searching for chametz that there was a bag of 500 gulden that was missing. You know how much 500 gulden is? It's like $10,000. It's a lot of money. A lot. 500 gold coins. Now, what he realized was that the money was gone and nobody knew where it was. So suddenly he realized somebody took it. Who could have taken it, Zev? Who could have taken? Oh, Bus is right. He figured Anshul Moshe, who doesn't even work for him anymore. You know what happened to Anshul Moshe? Anshul Moshe got married a few weeks ago, and he moved to another town where he lives with his wife. He says, "Oy vey, I am so sorry to come to the conclusion that he must have stolen the money because he probably needed it for his wedding." And he had the most horrible thoughts about this guy. You're allowed to think that? Are you allowed to judge someone like that? Well, that's what he did. And now what he did was, Reb Hershel Churchkover, is that he figured after Yantiv, he's going to get in a horse and carriage, and he's going to travel to that town. He's going to pay Anshul Moshe a visit, and he's going to ask him to return the money. Because nobody else knew about where the money was. It was in a secret drawer. Nobody else could have taken it. He was the only guy who had access to it, and he obviously stole it. After Yantiv, he gets in his horse and buggy. He travels to that town. He comes, knocks on the door of Anshul Moshe. Anshul Moshe is so excited to see his Rebbe. Oh, Rebbe, so nice to see you. What can I do for you? They sit down, and he says, Anshul Moshe, I need you to give me back the 500 gulden that you stole from me, from the tzedakah fund. I know that you probably needed it for something important, but you know, the widows and orphans. Look at the video, Dvarla. Look at the video. Take it, Yantiv. The widows and orphans, they probably need it even more than you. So I need you to return the money. He didn't even ask him if he took it. He just said, I need you to return the money. Anshul Moshe's face turned white, like this napkin. Like this Shabbos napkin over here. His face turned white. And without saying a word, he started to tremble. And he said, and you know what he said? I will give you the money. He right away goes over to a cupboard. He takes out his money chest, money drawer. And he starts counting money. 250 gulden is what he had in his drawer, and he puts it together. He gives it to Reb Hershel, and he says, "Here, I will pay you the rest as soon as I can get it together again." And Reb Hershel gives him a big hug. It was before social distancing. You're allowed to give hugs, right? He gave him a big hug and a kiss, and he says, "Thank you. I know you're doing the right thing. Everybody makes mistakes. But I'm glad that you're able to admit your guilt. Thank you very much. I'll look forward to receiving the rest of the money as soon as possible." And he gets back in his horse and buggy and he goes back. And you know, Reb Hershel feels pretty good about himself, realizing that, you know, he did the right thing. He did the right thing. Is that he made sure that the widows and orphans that really need this money will get the money eventually, right? And everything was good. And Reb Hershel felt really good that even this guy that stole the money, he thought he was such a good guy, but apparently not. Even he was going to give back the money eventually. A few weeks later, Reb Hershel's minding his own business. There's a Dod Uriel from Manhattan is watching us. Say hi to Dod Uriel. My brother is from Muncie is here. So what happened then was, a few weeks later, suddenly he's minding his own business at home. He's studying Torah. When suddenly he hears a knock on the door. Who's there? The chief of police of Shurtnikov. Chief of police. What could be wrong? What is the matter? Yeah, but like it's been returned. Don't worry about it. So he says, was it money? And he says, yeah. Was it 500 gulden? And he says, yeah, but don't worry about it. I already got it back. The thief already admitted to me that he stole it and he's already giving me back half of it. Now the chief of police pulls out a bag and he says, is this your 500 gulden? And now you know who turns white? Reb Herschel. He says, oh my gosh. And now the chief of police says, you Jews are such an interesting people. Are you trying to tell me that somebody admitted to stealing this amount of money when really it was taken by somebody else? Reb Herschel says, where did you get this bag from? So he brings in a woman and he says, you know who this woman is? Reb Herschel says, yes, she used to work for me. She was my domestic assistant. She was working here as a cleaner. The chief of police says, yeah, you know why she stopped working for you? Because one day she found a lot of money somewhere in the rabbi's house. And she buried it in the garden. And she started shopping. She started buying expensive clothes. And she stopped working because she didn't need to work anymore. And she started spending a lot of money. And people started suspecting where she got all this money from until they realized. When they realized somebody started watching her, they saw her digging under a tree. And they found this bag of money. When we were called the police, we asked her where she got the money. And she admitted that she stole it while she was cleaning for Pesach in the rabbi's office. What did the rabbi suddenly realize? What did the rabbi suddenly realize?
That he didn't steal it.
That Reb Anshel Moshe Reb was completely innocent. What would you have done if somebody accused you of stealing something and you didn't do it? What would you have done? Would you have returned the money, Racheli?
I would give, how to say, and then
Well, that's what Reb Anshel Moshe did. Well, that's what Reb Anshel Moshe did. Right away, Reb Herschel got into his wagon, a horse and wagon, and he went straight back to that town where Anshel Moshe was living with his wife, and he knocks on the door. And Anshel Moshe says, hello, Rebbe. I almost have all the money ready for you. And he says, no, I don't want your money anymore. And he says, why didn't you tell me the truth that you didn't steal this at all? This is not your fault. I just found the real robber. Why did you admit? Why did you pay me so much money? You're a poor man. And he says, Rebbe. Reb Anshel Moshe says, Rebbe. He says, Rebbe, I saw how much you needed the money. I saw how heartbroken you would have been if I would have told you that it wasn't me. I didn't have the heart to tell you the truth. So I gave you everything that I had. And my wife and I have been working for weeks. We've been working for weeks to make sure that we get you all the money back. Right away, Reb Herschel gave him the money back, and he gave him a blessing. And he says to him, Reb Anshel Moshe, I want you to go. God should bless you and your children and all of your descendants until Mashiach comes. You should be very rich. You should go to Frankfurt, and you'll make a lot of money. He was a very holy man. He gave him a big bracha. Reb Anshel Moshe moved to Frankfurt, where he got involved in a bank, and his son, Reb Meir Anshel, he had a similar name, Meir Anshel. His last name was Rothschild. And Reb Meir Anshel Rothschild had 5 sons, and he sent them to 5 capitals in Europe, to Frankfurt and France and London and 2 other capitals, where they all opened banks, and they became the richest family, the richest Jewish family in the whole world. In fact, their grandson was Baron Edmund de Rothschild, and he passed away 88 years ago at the age of 90 years old in France. And when he passed away, he was known as Hanadiv Hayadua, as the famous philanthropist, because he gave so much tzedakah, so much charity. What lesson do we learn from the story, Kinla? First of all, you should never judge people, that's for sure.
And you should never steal.
And you should for sure never steal. But you know what else you learn from the story? That you know who Hashem gives his biggest blessing to?
Us.
When you go out of your way, when you do more than is expected of you, right? This guy didn't have to admit to giving the money back because he never stole it. When you go above and beyond, for Hashem, then Hashem goes above and beyond for you as well. And that's why the richest Jew in the world, the richest Jewish family in the world, came out of a grandfather who did so much more than he had to do. He could have easily said, I didn't steal the money, leave me alone. But no, he went above and beyond. And when we do more than we have to do, then Hashem does more than he has to do for us. And he gives us more blessings than we ever dreamed possible. So on this note, I'd like to ask everybody to please give tzedakah. Racheli, please bring the charity box for us, the tzedakah box. Because always before you light Shabbos candles, you're supposed to give tzedakah, everybody, for our viewers on Facebook and YouTube. Racheli, we're going to move over a second. I just want to see what's going on in Facebook here. Oh, I see we got a lot of viewers here. Ari and Andy and Hannah. Okay, Racheli, give me the charity box here. What are you going to give everybody some charity to put in the charity box before we light candles? Come, Rivka, Dora, come here. Hannah, you going to put tzedakah in? Come, Racheli, okay, give the charity. Give to everybody tzedakah. Give everybody tzedakah. Let's show it on the camera so everybody can see. Racheli, bring it here. Where's the nice charity box? Where's the tzedakah box?
Oh, mine?
No, the one that was there. We have someone running off with the charity box. Come, Dora, come here. Thank you. My turn. Come. Everybody put in the tzedakah box. Put in the tzedakah box. Okay, I'm ready done. Thank you. Okay, and now we're gonna pass it over to Rebbe Simchana and the girls. I want to remind everybody before we light the candles that you should make sure to make one blessing tonight. There's no Shechianu blessing. Chana will tell you about that in a moment. But also, if you light a yahrzeit candle now, because tomorrow night at after 8:21, you're supposed to light the candles for the second night of Yantiv, but only from a pre-existing flame. You can't light the candles tomorrow night, only from a pre-existing flame. And that's why, look at this beautiful charity box for our kids. And that's why we want you to light a yahrzeit candle tonight, so that tomorrow night you'll have a pre-existing flame for the candles. And then also, tomorrow night, light a second yahrzeit candle for Yizkor on Thursday. With this, I'm going to turn it over to the Rebbetzin, to Hannah, and to the girls. Hannah? Hannah, you going to say something? Zeb.
So first of all, the blessing for tonight is only the Hadlik Ner Shel Yomtiv, Ner Shenachianu. And tomorrow night,
Rivka.
Tomorrow night is the 8th night, the very last night of Pesach, and it's the night, the last days when we commemorate, when we celebrate the coming of Mashiach. So I just want to bless all of you that as we welcome the final days of Pesach, we should really think about the ultimate coming of Mashiach that will hopefully be here before the holidays is out, and we should all celebrate together in person very, very soon. Peace, no touching. So good Yom Tov to everybody.
Chag Sameach, everybody. Thank you for joining us. May we all experience a uplifting and inspiring Yom Tov. May we all meet together in Jerusalem. Hope you all have a meaningful Mashiach meal, and may we experience Mashiach now. No more Corona, no more anti-Semitism, no more suffering. Mashiach now. Over and out, everybody. Let's make this meaningful. Let's make it count. Shalom, and thank you so much for joining us here.
It's not on that. Yeah. But